Boom shakalaka, Bitcoin price continues to go sideways as fear of war and recession loom. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what happens to Bitcoin-like assets during wars and recessions, and why you should be exceptionally bullish for Bitcoin right now. You'll definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at Bitcoin on a more global scale. Not just Bitcoin by itself, but how it actually interacts with other global assets. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Now, today, markets in extreme fear still, and the price just continues to go sideways. People are scared about war between Russia and Ukraine, maybe Russia and United States. People are scared about global recessions. People are scared about everything nowadays. And, well, we don't see it too much in the market today. Pretty much sideways from yesterday. Bitcoin at 39,145, Ethereum at 25.84, BNB at 376, XRP at 78 cents, Terra Luna $89, Cardano 79 cents, Solana $81, and Avalanche $72. And if you want to know the top coins to buy today based on the top gaining exchange over just holding Bitcoin, Gate.io up 967% over just holding Bitcoin. Well, the top coins today would be Tether Gold, Maple, Waves, Terra, and Kyber Network Crystal. And if you want to check this out for yourself, there is a discounted link to token metrics down in the description. Now, Bitcoin continuing to move sideways. As a matter of fact, if we zoom in here, we can see Bitcoin got rejected once again from breaking out of this downtrend it's been in since November. It is butting up right against the upper trend line, but still got rejected once again. Bitcoin is in this large blue wedge set to break out by the middle of 2022, about July. And as of right now, it is in this downtrend until it breaks out of there. But if you take a look here with me, it does appear like there is a bit of a trend reversal happening right here. Now, on a larger scale, anything between $30,000, this red line, and $53,000, really not any big news, because that's just the sideways area Bitcoin's been going in for the past year. But some of the fears right now, I did an amazing episode yesterday with a couple people from Token Metrics, some of their top analysts there, and they were talking about how we could be having a global recession which could impact Bitcoin pretty significantly, but in the end, it may be very, very good. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check out yesterday's video. It is a great interview. But we'll just kind of go over the TLDR in this video. You see, it turns out that rising oil prices may be a recession indicator. We can see here this recession in the 90s, prices pumped. Not this one in the dot-com bubble recession, but 2008 prices pump recession. Guess what? We just had oil prices pumping yet again. Could be indicating a recession. Now, why does this happen? Well, when prices of oil go up, people can't afford it, and then they stop buying oil, and then because the prices are high, other people start looking for oil, and then eventually the prices crash because we have about 2 years later, we have all these people discovering more oil. Well, anyways, it could slow down the economy, could potentially cause a recession. Now, the question is, what happens to Bitcoin if we have a recession? Because we all want to know. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now, if we take a look, Bitcoin hasn't been around during previous recessions. The last recession we have here was 2008. Well, guess what? Bitcoin just came out in 2008, so we don't really know. But if we take a look at a similar asset, now this isn't identical, but it's similar, we could say gold, because gold is like Bitcoin, except Bitcoin's digital. So you can see here, gold, silver, and oil during a recession, they're not exactly correlated. It appears like gold and silver somewhat kind of go sideways, and oil has that little pop. But if we zoom in a bit more on gold, it turns out that gold has usually been positive during recessions. So this goes all the way back to 1970. This first recession up 4.7%. This next one up 85%. This next one up 27.6%. This next one down 1.8, down 9.1, and then up 4.6, up 17.5. So gold generally positive during recessions, which is good. But I want you guys to notice this one thing right here that happens during recessions. Sometimes the price of gold dips very severely before the price goes up, like it did there, like it did here, like it did right here, if you can see that. gold tends to dip in the recession. Now, could this happen to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Absolutely. Why? Because people have made a lot of money in Bitcoin. I mean, aside from the people who bought the top at $70,000, if that's you, I'm sorry, a lot of other people have made a lot of money in Bitcoin. And if they're losing on everything else right now, they may have to sell some Bitcoin, which could potentially send the price lower. But do I think this is going to happen? Not yet. Because if we take a look at gold right now, gold is set up for a historic pump. This is a decade-long giant cup and handle formation that gold has formed. If gold price breaks about $2,100 per ounce, well, that could send it intergalactically. We saw other metals like nickel mooning ridiculously. We could potentially have that happen with gold, and with gold could also happen with Bitcoin. But also, we have not only inflation and recession, but we also have war on the horizon. Some people speculate that Russia invading Ukraine is not, Putin doesn't actually care about Ukraine. He's actually going after the United States by attacking this other country. And if we take a look at how asset prices move during wars, if we were to have a war, this is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We can see in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, and the War on Terror, price moves pretty much sideways. However, during those times when asset prices move sideways, inflation goes up dramatically. This pink line is the inflation numbers. And then the assets catch up after the war is over, up 500+% after the war and after the inflation. So regardless, it looks like things are looking good for Bitcoin. But I didn't want to just leave you with that, because I always like to leave you with a nice happy ending, especially since it's Saturday, it's the weekend, you got to enjoy yourself. So, turns out this is still very likely that the macro bottom is in for Bitcoin. If we take a look at the short-term holder supply, it is at almost record lows. We can see that the last times that it was low like this, guess what? Pretty much the all-time bottom. When it was low like this, pretty much the all-time bottom. When it's low like this, most likely the all-time bottom. And you're saying, but most likely isn't 100 billion% certain. I need 100 billion% certain. Well, fine. We can take a look at this chart from Binky Ponderosa. So he takes a look at 63 different Bitcoin signals, including the Bitcoin cycle peak predictions, the on-chain metrics, technical analysis metrics, social signals, and Bitcoin floor price predictions. And you can see based on that right now, the average floor price, $23,000. We're at $39,000 right now. So we're about 30% above the floor. But if you take a look at the cycle peak average, $182,000, we're like not even 25% of that. As a matter of fact, we're 24.6% of that right now. So we're not even close to the top, which would make it a pretty darn good bet, considering this signal is saying, hey, likely a bottom. And I will last leave you with this little piece of information right here from William Clemente. He says, so we've got over $1 billion coming in from stable Quan. Now this is the guy, the master of stablecoin Luna, and 500 million coming from Nayib Bukele in the next month into a relatively illiquid period. And no one is front running? Are we going to pump this Ponzi or what, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. $1.5 billion likely coming into Bitcoin in the next month. Well, could potentially send it, especially since it seems like we have hit a little bit of a floor. If that happens, guess what, guys? Bitcoin price, if it breaks out of this downtrend that it's in, well, it could keep going. Then it would have to break out of this wedge that it's been in. But once it breaks above this level, $46,000, guess what? We have a double bottom. We have bottom one, we have bottom two, we have confirmation point right here. If it breaks out of there, 97% chance it's going up to $64,000. So that could be huge. Like I said, just wanted to leave you with a little happy ending there so you can enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Saturday, everybody. I love you all. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Also, check out Token Metrics for yourself. Discounted link down in the description. I will see you later. Love you. Peace.